final two bring us as we're off in Week 9. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go. Henry. Bound to lose one. Hey, we got tight right, tight right. Three down, three down.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Now this time, Wentz will throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Philadelphia.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up
Great 15, great 15.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
That's real. Back, 120. 53, 953. Go, go, go.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Wentz. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
At the 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Wentz now to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive going to plan so far. Now wins. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Good. 180. 57. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Switch. One touch.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, it's Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Wentz. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. To throw is Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Following the interception, Mayfield. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
180. 55. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Let's go, D, let's go. All right, let's get there. Hurry.
Throwing, Mayfield. And this is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll make it third down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Three down. Go, Mike. Smooth. I got you, son. Hey, check Mike 15. Regular. Check Mike 15.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got a man, Slayton. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Giants, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the draw, this is Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
At the 45-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check three. Run.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And an alley to run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
20. Alert. Here we go again.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Kill. Hey, alert. Kings. Hurry. Hey, Zoo. Let's go.
And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Motion. Hey,
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Here we go. 180.
Mike, watch the slant.
It's 74.
Let's go.
From the gun on third down, wins. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Shift. Kill.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. They keep it with Barkley on first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
55.
Hey, Delta.
On second down and 4. Mayfield. Catch made by Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 57. Real. Get that quarterback. And all call. Check 99. Check 99.
Let's go. My God.
Now Saquon Barkley. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know. Check.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
To the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Watch the twist. Watch the safety creep.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
He's coming, double up. Check four. You go tight.
Again, it's Barkley. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
180. Pistol. Alert three. Shit. Check. He's coming.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Back. Switch. Tighten up. Hurry.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
57.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Take you to school. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Mayfield now. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Bravo. 53 is the mic. Check.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Mike. Mike. Go, Captain. Let's go. We got this.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Mayfield on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
It must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Show it up, show it up. Hey, check 24, check 24.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
6, bullet high. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Hey, switch gears.
On first down, Barkley. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, Roy. 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. He's checking.
On second down, Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They'll run on first down. Vernon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Point it right. Check 25. Wide, get wide. Hey, alert 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vernon, and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Rosas good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, it's Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now Wentz. He's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wentz on the give to Sanders. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Tyson. Here, sit.
This is Howard on 2nd down. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run with Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Once again with Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the...
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Mayfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On first down, they run with Howard. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Here's Sanders. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They'll go again with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Here's Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Mayfield, and Graham's got it, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Rosas true blue on the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Another run with Sanders, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I got more. Go. Mike, 53, Mike, I'm coming. Move. Let's go. Here we got.
Back to throw, wins. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Philadelphia, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.